Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everybody. Oh, so excited to be here. Yesterday was I don't want to do. I have expense reports to do after this. I still have more expense reports. That just ruins everything. I can't really have fun. I can't think. I can't focus because he's cursed. Like my two least favorite things. The only time where my life feels like I have a job is expense reports and travel. I have to like book and then do travel, right? And right now, for reasons, travel is going to be very complicated. And then I have to actually do it too, which is, I don't mind being in a place. It's just the actual conduction, the movement from here to there. That's been fun. I'm sure you know, right? Like, anyway, today we're going to have some fun. Today we're going to get on with the business of exploring Spring Boots. No, yeah. Hi, hola. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hello, salut depuis les États-Unis. All right, my friends, let's just do this. I'm. Where will we go today? I don't know. Who knows? It's impossible to know. I kind of have an idea of where I want to go, but who knows if that's actually real. So what I want to do today, I suppose, is let's see. Share screen. Okay, share that. Good. All right, good stuff. So what I'm hoping to do today is that we can look at Spring Boot, but we kind of looked at some of the unique opportunities implied by using. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay. So I do not understand what I'm looking at. Cool. Anyway, so weird. Okay, so I've got this my StreamYard is just like out to lunch or something over here. I don't know what's going on. Let me see, cancel. I was logged in a second ago, and now it's like, oh, I'm not logged in. You thought you were logged in. Okay. Yeah, fantastic. Good. Okay, let's see here. Good. Yeah, good. Okay, so we have we looked at data access. We looked at how you can use Spring Data to simplify the work of talking to your database, and we moved a manually written JDBC-based repository and service over to Spring Data JDBC, and that was fine. With hello everyone, hi, hello to those of you joining, and that was fine. But for today's exploration, what I want to do is I want to take that code and then see if we can use GraphQL and take advantage of the fact that the repository already knows a lot about the relationship of our objects, the graph of our objects, right? So let's start this up. Okay, there we go. Is that visible? Looks like it's okay. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll make the font smaller or bigger. I mean, displays. That looks better. Good. All right. And so in order to do that, we're going to take a look at. Well, first of all, we're going to look at. I did this video, right? I did this video on. So let me see. Let me see here. Close that. Keep this. Okay. Okay, YouTube.com. So no, we're not doing YouTube. We're doing Spring. Yeah, we are doing YouTube. YouTube Spring Tips GraphQL Redux. I did this whole series on GraphQL. last summer, I suppose, and there's like many different parts. So if you look at this video, oh gosh, when was this? 9 months ago. Is there like a, let me see, Spring Tips, GraphQL Redux, blog? Oh, maybe there's this. Maybe I have. Yeah, well, whatever. The code we're going to look at is here, right? And you can see the code. There's 9 videos. It looks like 9 different parts, and are close to, and they're on YouTube, and you can watch all of them. They're all kind of like small, singly focused, whatever. But basically, we start with the engine. We look at queries. We look at batch processing. We look at mutations. We look at RSocket, which is a different protocol altogether. There are clients and security. There's all the stuff, right? GraphQL is useful just to save bandwidth because always we call the same SQL query. No, GraphQL is you can change the SQL query. You can change the engine. You can change which parts of the graph get loaded, right? Did I talk about that? I must have talked about that. Where's our controller, right? So we've got we talk about batch mapping and get customers and query mapping, and we have the profile. So this is a secondary part of the object graph. So this could come from a different microservice, and you don't have to call that service at all if you don't need it. But yes, so the question then is, okay, like right now I'm calling a repository and I'm getting the data by hand and it's returning the same thing. You're right. But what if the engine that we are using to make those calls was also aware of the database, and we could just skip that intermediate step, the repository? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to look at, in particular, we're just going to retrace my steps here with data, right? Skipping straight to the end. And for this one, I use MongoDB. So I suppose I need to do that. ARM-v, blah, blah, blah. Do I need a new Docker Compose definition? Probably. Docker Compose, services, MongoDB, image. Okay, do I need anything else? I don't know if I do. Looks like that is enough. Let's try that. So Docker Compose up, downloading that definition. I hope that's good news. I don't know. Okay, so we've got our MongoDB instance, and now we're going to use that as well. And so what did I do for my code last time? Pom.xml. Oh dear, it's the old way. We're going to use Query DSL. Oh, that's right. Okay, now I'm starting to remember. How do we do that? I wonder if that's configurable on the initializer, right? I don't think I need to expose any port, do I? Like with Docker Compose, I thought it would just do the. Oh, you're right. I have to do ports. Okay, so port. Well, no, I mean that script I was using didn't do anything. I didn't do -e or -p or anything like that. Let's just try. I'm not sure if this is going to break or not. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I need to figure out the build before we can even deal with that. So the question is, how do I get Query DSL and MongoDB set up? And by the way, the version that I used here was the reactive stuff. I wonder if that's going to make a difference. Okay, whatever. Let's just try it out. Okay, go here. MongoDB. I'm going to try regular, because why not? We're going to try Query DSL. Oh, that's a bummer. No Query DSL Spring. Okay, Query DSL MongoDB. So this is the this is 2.0. Okay, and this is the latest. Is this? Okay. So Gradle. Please have a section. Nope, of course not. Query DSL 2020. Oh, this is still just 2020. Isn't this the latest? It is the latest. Okay, well. Query DSL, MongoDB, Gradle. Yeah, okay. Oh, what happened here? What was that? Query DSL open. How bizarre. What is this? Oh, it's for students. So each project creates a setup of database, I guess, and explores the functionality of, I don't know, I don't read Portuguese. Okay, flexible from various filters, sorted and paginated. Each project presents something of persistence, exploring the technologies previously cited. C, Query DSL JPA application Java Web. It's a Java Web application with Spring MVC and Spring Boot that demonstrates how to work with Query DSL and JPA and Hibernate. The database utilizes HSQLDB. The front end uses jQuery and Foundation. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try and build. Hey, Jay, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, eventually we're gonna get to AOT support. Absolutely. So let me see. This is an application. So Query DSL Spring Data is a Java web application with Spring MVC and Spring Boot. Demonstrates how Spring Data JPA can be used with Query DSL and JPA. The front end with jQuery and Foundation, and then Query DSL Spring Data MongoDB is a Java web application with Spring MVC and Spring Boot. Demonstrates how to work with databases like MongoDB via Spring Data and Query DSL. Okay, so that's not anything interesting here. I mean, it's nice, it's cool, but it's not what I was looking for. Okay, so this is unable to configure Gradle to generate the query types for Query DSL. Following my configuration looks as follows. Implementation, Query DSL, annotation processor. Unfortunately, what is the okay, here's this. This is promising. We need the Query DSL. So Query DSL, before we get too far down the road, is a way to take your entities, as you describe them, and build programmatic queries. And I'm not sure how does it work? I'm not even sure. Like it gives you a type safe DSL that you can use to build queries that talk to the underlying database, and it does it by doing code generation, right? That's why we have this annotation processor, the APT, so that it can generate these extra types. Now, I did it in Maven in that series. So the first part of our adventure today is going to be figuring out how to do that today with Gradle. I feel like this should be easy. Query DSL, Gradle. Let's just try that. How about that? Why? It's really disappointing when all the things I find are like how to, and it's not from the official Query DSL plugin. Oh wait, here's something with Spring Boot Query DSL into Gradle Builder. Okay, here's on the Gradle forums. Yeah, Query DSL is amazing. I'm a big fan. But I haven't done it in Gradle. Remember, my New Year's resolution this year, I'm going to do Gradle as much as possible and lose weight. And I'm definitely not making progress on the losing weight. Okay, so Yeah, it's a 5-year-old post. Okay, that's not going to do good. Do they have? Oh, come on, Baldu. Don't fail me now, my friends. I need a Gradle definition. Give me a Gradle definition. That looks like Maven. Maybe they have some sample code. Where's the sample code? Yeah. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, wait. So, Spring projects, Spring data. Okay. Query. So, yeah. Key value. I'm like, I can't believe it's that hard. Let me ask. I'm just gonna like ask a dumb question here. Okay, Spring. Okay, good stuff. Okay, is there a Query DSL in here specifically? Like, do I? No. Maybe we just try like adding the dependencies directly as we found them in the appropriate manner to our build. But I've got a bad feeling. Let's just go back to that post and see if we can update it to the latest and greatest. Maybe we'll get there. So this says, com queries for query end-to-end for your build.gradle. Okay. Configurations, compile, extends from annotation processor. Copy and paste that pasta. And then this stuff, I don't like this at all. Let's see. So how do I know if this is going to be resolved? Like, you'd hope that get resolved. Okay, reload. And then what about this thing? Your path can be, oh, what is going on? This is disgusting. Okay, well, if it worked, it works. Gross, but still. Oh, God, that's not, I don't like this. Look what they're doing. They're configuring the Java plugin manually to specify the args, and it's, feeding into that, and then compiler args, project directory. So we're, okay. How does that work? Oh, okay, that's the thing right here. So we knew that was going to be maybe problems. Okay, so Spring Boot dependency management properties. What are the properties? Like, I want to see the properties. Yeah, this part, right? But how do I I don't know what the property name is. I'm like, another thing, you have to remember to do double quotes. This doesn't work. The string interpolation doesn't work unless you do double quotes. So what is the property that I use here to get Query DSL? And the only way I know to do that is to go to Maven and do command click. Whatever. Okay, and I'll choose Maven. Enter CD to the command line, desktop, UAO, CD downloads, I guess. UAO demo.zip. Okay, demo application, pom.xml. Okay, so we're going to go up here, Spring Boot dependencies. Oops, yeah, there we go. And we look for query DSL.version. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, paste that in, refresh. No. Query DSL MongoDB. Oh, that's actually different, isn't it? Okay, so let's go back here. Mongo Query DSL. Okay, wait. It does, but I'm not sure if that would buy me. I mean, I don't know what I'm copying and pasting, right? Like, I don't know what the right version is. And this all I'm trying to do is to take this snippet from GitHub. Hey, how are you? It just transforms the Maven version. Yes, but what I'm trying to do is to take this example on GitHub, copy and paste it from the internet from 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago almost, and update it. So basically, oh, there's this. Did I add that as well? I don't know if I did. Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be pointing to this. I want to do 5.0. Like, I want to use the properties, right? So I assume that's the version. Okay, let's see. I have an MVC app with time leaf, and I use refer header with Spring Boot, and then combine it with session cache reduction. Here's the link. I can't. Well, I'm impressed you were able to paste. Oh, that's on Twitch. Okay, that's cool. Spring Shell is amazing. Yeah, I love Spring Shell, but yeah, it's definitely not like a must-know thing, you know. Okay, so I don't know if that makes a difference. I'm still stuck on this, right? What is Query DSL MongoDB version? Is that tied to Spring? Is that tied to Query DSL itself? It's the latest. 5.0. It is. Okay, that should be the same. Query DSL version. So let's try doing Gradle.build. Nope. It is sad. Could not find method compile for arguments Query DSL MongoDB. Oh, that's implementation. Let's just try that. Do I need this? Oh. Hey, okay. I don't know if it actually worked, but I mean, we'll figure out whether we need this or not later. But the annotation processor, it looks like we've done that correctly. And actually, for now, I can just do that, right? Okay, get rid of that. This. Okay. All right. Good. So, Query DSL. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got Spring Data JDBC. I need to convert it to use MongoDB. What does that mean? That means that our customer is still valid, but it's not going to be a table anymore. It's going to be a document. I don't need to use that anymore. And then the ID annotation is still correct. I'm using Spring Data's mapping ID. Okay, so get rid of all that. It also means that this is no longer going to work. Is it? Maybe I could. Can I do that? Can I use Query DSL Spring Data JDBC? Let's just see if that works. Okay, this is 2021. Yeah, I have a video on microservices and Kubernetes on deploying. Oh, and deploy. Well, yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways to deploy. But you know what I use here? Just copy and paste this, and you'll be most of the way. So let me see. Developer advocacy. Repositories. What's a good example? Here. Well, this is old-ish, but you know, here you're gonna have some scripts like this one, Kate's certificate, deployment, ingress, and service. You probably only, at a minimum, you need a deployment, maybe a service. You might need a certificate if you're doing an SSL, and you need to specify some stuff for the ingress. But these files, usually you can just do, you know, kubectl apply in this directory, and assuming you've configured these Docker files, or these Kubernetes files, then make sure that points to the right image. Okay, so yeah, the question is, why do I need MongoDB? And yeah, it's a good answer, good question. I don't know. I'm trying to like get Query DSL working. I already had something working before, and I'm not sure how to get Query DSL working with Spring Data JDBC. But I suppose we could also try and figure that out, like Spring Data JDBC Query DSL. Either what I really want is Query DSL, right? And so it says that this is old. It even says old docs in the URL. That's nice. Okay, so that's so cool. So docs, and then the docs, the current one, reference HTML, Query DSL. Okay, so I can. Oh, okay. Looks like I can do that as well. So maybe I don't need MongoDB. But I do need to figure out what it wants. So how do I set it up? So I just want Query DSL. Oh, definitely not using. You can yeah. So use a build pack 100%. That'll create the Docker container, but then you need to deploy it, right? And I think the question was how to deploy it to Kubernetes. So that container, in order to deploy that container, you need a deployment object in Kubernetes, right? And so that's what those YAML files I just linked to were. Okay, so maybe it's possible to use Query DSL like with JDBC. It looks like it is. I mean, it very clearly, here's the Spring Data JDBC documentation. Here's an example using QSort and all that. I just don't know. So I figure it might be easier now that we've got MongoDB running. Let's just see if I can get it working with the existing code. We're going to ignore this because it won't get used. And then we're going to go back and see if we can make it work with JDBC. What I want to get done is just one version. Like I just want it to work once. I don't care how. Gradle W run, because it's a really cool magic trick when it does work. Oh, sorry, boot run. Okay, customer. Oh, cannot find symbol ID. Why not? I feel like that's pretty important. Spring Boot starter MongoDB. Okay. Well, got further. Don't know what it failed with this time. Oh, it's got to be UUID of a string. Okay, that's fair. So we got a generated folder. What's in here? Local reload from disk. Customer. This has to be a string. And then what? Where does everything break here? Is this all loaded? What's the issue? Rebuild project. It's a compiler error, right? But why am I only seeing it here? Profile. Okay. So that it contains compatible versions. The collection, the called methods class is available from the following locations. Oh yeah, that's not good. Why do I have two different versions of the driver? Okay, so that's not great. I don't want that at all. But the question is, why do I have that in the first place? Like, why? Query DSL, Spring Boot Starter, Data JDBC. How much would I bet it's this GraphQL? It's this Query DSL dependency. Do you think that's using? Okay, wait, just for a second. Let's just try removing that and see what happens. Okay, it seems happier. So yeah, that thing is bringing in. Oh, it's not connecting though. This gets okay. We talked about this earlier. The ports, right? So let me see. Just Docker Compose MongoDB, please. I just need a working instance. I don't have anything special. There you go. Yeah, what could go wrong? This is 3.7. That's a very old version. Oh, okay, 2020. Okay, let's just do this. .yaml. DB ports. I don't actually care where it mounts the data. On the contrary, I would like not to worry about it at all. Docker Compose down. Docker Compose up. Please work. Okay, seems happy. Wait, what? Oh, it's the same issue as last time. Okay, so run it from here. Oh, it needs authentication. Okay, fair enough. So we go to source main resources. Create. We don't need these properties for the moment. Spring data. Sorry, MongoDB password. And what did we say for Docker Compose? It was. Let's just say Mongo. Whatever. It's already this for now. It's root and this one. So, and then root. Okay. Of course. All right. Okay. I need to figure that out, but I keep doing the wrong thing here. Go back to that. Authentication failed. Really? Source equals, oh, it's the database name. Did I create one? No, should be just a default, right? Let me see what the variables are for this. Some Mongo root example. Restart always. Okay. Mongo Express. Why wouldn't I just use, oh, that's the client. Stack. So I guess it does an okay job of exporting the port anyway. Mongo initdb. Yes, okay, let's do that. Okay, Spring down. Okay, let's see. Yeah, root. Initdb database. Okay, db. Yeah, URI user database email. Okay, db. Okay, so now we restart this. Oops, I forgot to restart Docker. Docker compose down. Docker compose up. Okay. So take 3. Oh, I need to specify it in the property file. Whoops. So Spring data MongoDB URI equals this, and it's just DB, right? Annoying. The connection string is invalid. I must start with. Oh, I want the database. This is the database. You can create the string for me. Hi, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. So authentication failed. Error message. Authentication. But why? Why? I feel like we did everything that could have been asked. Root password. Is this the right initdb db root password? Okay, so let's just call it pw or password user database. I'm just going to be very, very like unambiguous about that being my thing. Okay, so database username password. Okay. Yeah, I know. Docker compose. Yeah, you're right. Docker compose restart is probably cleaner. So did it work though? Okay, let's run this again. Nope. It's the connect. It's like fundamentally. Do I need to specify the URL? Like John Sandwich seems to suggest. That might be interesting. Mechanism hidden. Exception authenticating Mongo. Username is username. Source equals database. Password equals hidden. How do I know that that database is what it should be? Like Docker compose down and then up. And while I'm at it, let me just simplify the Docker compose a little bit here. Okay. So does it mention that it's using these passwords? I suppose I could just try it like Mongo, huh? Brew search Mongo CLI. I just want the Mongo client. Okay, here we go. MongoDB, brew, mongoose. So I guess that's it. Brew, install. This is kind of fun. I haven't played with MongoDB in a minute, like at least half a year. Okay, Mongo much help. I don't know. What is the? I just need to know the names of the parameters. You're saying Mongo CLI? What? Permission to Mongo. Okay. So okay. We're getting waylaid by like the dumb stuff. So let me see. MongoDB. I just want to connect. Is there no like Mongo client here? Yeah. How do I use? Okay. Well, so do I need to specify the password like that? I guess I do. Let's just try it. Worst case, database username, password, application properties. Yeah, gonna try. You're right. You're right. Spring data, Mongo URI, Mongo DB, username, password, at localhost 27017 database. Localhost 27017 MongoDB URI. So if I comment all that out, that should be fine, right? Let's try that. W boot run. Oh, it is. Oh, really? Whoops. Yeah, you're right. Username. Thank you. Great catch there, JF. Thank you. I'm glad somebody's paying attention. It's not me. Let's see here. Restart. Come on. Whoops. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to just do the thing. Force it to explain itself. Okay, good. So reset. Boot run. So close. Database username, password. Database username, password. Spring data MongoDB URI. Like, I might be better off just not having the, like, what is the default username and password if you don't specify one, right? That, like, Spring Boot will automatically connect to that, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. So let's just get rid of all that. Go back to this one. Docker compose down, up. Okay. So whatever the defaults are, Spring Boot should hopefully just connect to it. Please don't tell me that was it. That was it? That was, oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, anyway, whatever. We haven't even solved the real problem here, which is like we want to get Query DSL working, right? All we did was connect to a database, which feels like it shouldn't be anything close to that painful. Although to be fair, I once had to format a Windows box and install Linux just to be able to connect to a Postgres instance, 20 years ago. So like I feel like the fact that this is all just text files and I can store it and Git and all that stuff is neat. Oh. Okay, so we're connected, but we're not doing what we want to do, which is Query DSL. So let's get rid of all this. I give up on authentication. I don't care. I just want to do Query DSL. Close other tabs. Build.gradle. Okay. Okay, Query DSL. So what about this? Can I bring that back in? Build and libs. Java minus jar. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way. So as soon as I bring this in, it brings in. So now do I have to do dependency? Like how do I do an exclude? This is where my Gradle foo starts to collapse. What's the easiest way to exclude? How to exclude old dependency from, dependency, transitive dependencies in Gradle. There you go. I'm sure this is going to be easy. It's going to be fine. Right? I mean, I learned this, and then my brain collapsed in on itself from the complexity of it. Dependencies, implementation, blah, 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 version, strictly 1.9. Okay, so do I just say that? Strictly 1.9? That's all it is. That's not bad. That doesn't feel like it hurts too badly. So what do I want to do? I want to make sure that we don't have Spring Data MongoDB Java driver. So what's the dependency for that? It's MongoDB. It's this one, com MongoDB client. Okay, so MongoDB Java driver. Who's bringing that in? .9. Sure. Maven Central, please. What's the coordinates? Maven Central, MongoDB Java driver, Query DSL MongoDB. Yeah, I'm gonna force it to be the right version. But first, I need to know what I'm looking for. So this is okay. Here's the coordinates. So I want to say implementation, and it's this colon this. Now the question is there a property that Spring Boot exposes that I can use to manage this, right? So we want to do thank you. Okay, so what we have a property. That's the question. Remember, I created that Maven project just to look up this. So query driver. What is a query DSL bomb? Mongo. E version. Where does this get used? Yeah. Okay, MongoDB.version. So if I just use that, then shouldn't that work? That's the property. And then what was this config that we just learned a second ago? So we want to say bring in strictly version. So it's okay, go here. Implementation. Version. Strictly. Oh, come on. There's no strictly. What is this? This is well, let's just try it strictly. I don't know. I live in San Francisco, which is a small little village in the northern part of California in the States. Let's see. Okay. So that looks kind of like what I'm supposed to do, right? Maybe. Oh wait, do I have to do a task? Tasks.register. Help. Okay, just do that, please. Set what? So okay, John, that's a good. I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. I get what you're doing. You're setting a property globally, right? But who's using that property? Like, how do I know that's being used? Okay. Okay, let's see here. What did I just do? I'm doing Gradle W help, please. 4.82. So that's the version that we're using. Is there a org MongoDB driver at 4.82? No, there's not. Why is that true? Org MongoDB Java driver. 3. So that's not the right version at all. We're using 3. This is the newest one, 3.12. So 3.12.12. That's the one we should be using. What does for MongoDB Java driver? Well, how come this isn't? Wait, what? So X property.version equals 1.10 release. This will override the BOM version. Well, so the BOM, I want to use the Spring Boot version. I don't want to use the Query DSL version. That's what I'm trying to do here, right? Does that make sense? Or is that the answer? Is to say set the extension property? Like all I want to do is say when somebody brings in MongoDB Java driver, we should bring in whatever Spring manages it to, and it should have a property from the dependency management plugin. Now the syntax is, I'm not sure if it works, right? So, but also I'm realizing that even if I succeed, even if this works, this property doesn't make sense. This property is equal to, hi, good evening, or morning, or after. I'm in the morning still technically, but good evening, good afternoon, good morning. So okay, this property is Spring Boot. It is pointing to 4.82, right? 4.82. That's what I debugged here with my new custom task, which I've called help, HALP. And I need to set the MongoDB driver to the latest version that Spring Boot knows about, which is probably 3. Something, right? So why is that the problem? So if we go to here, see, look at what is this property? 4.82. Okay, so your X version checks that whatever's there in BOM, if it went over. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm still confused. Why is this resolving to 4.82 if this doesn't exist? Org MongoDB, Mongo Java, MongoDB driver core. That's different. Mongo driver. So what is this Mongo Java driver? What am I setting up here? Mongo Java driver. What properties are there? Okay, that's right. So org MongoDB, Mongo Java driver. is in turn supposed to be 3.1.2. Wait, this is unmaintained? Why would this be? Okay, I'm clearly like doing this wrong. So let me try this again. Let's go see what Query DSL is bringing in, because Query DSL is the root cause here, right? So this is I've set myself down a rabbit hole for no reason. Query DSL MongoDB. Let's see what the dependencies are. Right. Okay. And then this in turn, new version 5.0. This in turn uses what? It uses org MongoDB Mongo Java driver, which is unmaintained. But no, it's there's a new version here in 2023, so that doesn't seem right. So okay, but why? What is the version it should be using here? Implementation, Query DSL MongoDB exclude group. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just copy and paste that, my friend. That looks like the right answer. It looks like something that I would have done in Maven. So I'm not sure if it's right, but it's got to be better than this nonsense. I don't like this situation at all. So org MongoDB driver. I want to exclude. Yeah, you're right. I want to exclude it from the Query DSL. So Query DSL MongoDB. That one. Exclude group equals org.mongodb module equals Mongo Java driver. Oh dear. Let's see what that buys. Ugh. Configuration default context default external dependencies. Yeah, that's all I want to do. Does that work? Implementation, blah blah blah. Exclude group. So I feel like I did what you said. Query DSL MongoDB. A problem occurred when evaluating the script. So version configuration default. Could not set the read-only property group to read-only. Do I just pass in the syntax like that? God, what a shit show. I mean, this is like, there's 5 different ways to do this, and none of them seem to get me where I want to go. Gradle, exclude dependencies, please. Just embarrassingly painful. This is 8.02. I don't trust that to work compatibly with 7.x. There's no documentation here on how to do that. Neat. Okay. Downgrading and excluding. So forcing a version. Okay, bug. HTTP client. That was configurations, resolution strategy, .force. Yeah, I'm using Groovy. I would like to be using Kotlin, but I don't trust that there's enough documentation. I can barely find documentation for Groovy. Exclude group : You're right. That's exactly what you told me to do. Okay, so you must be onto something. I must be just doing something weird. So exclude group Mongo Java driver. Load Gradle change. Oh, didn't load chunks like last time. Team, we did it. Well, you did it. I just sat here helpless and confused. We're using Spring Boot Starter Data JDBC. I think that's what we should be using. If we're not, I'll fix it. If I can find it. Let's get rid of this. This and this. Spring Boot Starter Data MongoDB. Sweet nectar. Okay, good. So GraphQL is up and running. The repository is running. Like, I don't know if there's anything in there yet, but we can fix that by running some data. So customer created event. Yeah, I agree. Kotlin is just, it's my favorite language. I like it. It's more type safe and all that, but I just don't trust my new knowledge of Gradle. You know, I've only been working with it in earnest for whatever, 2 months and 3 days now, right? That's not true. I was studying it last year, end of last year, over like for the last 3 months of the year. I was like watching videos and courses and all that and trying to find reasons to love it. And I confess, I found some. Like, it's not like it's not possible. I definitely found some reasons to love it. But then I look at this situation and it's just like, there's only 2 ways to solve this problem in Maven, and it doesn't change based on what, there's no, it's XML or XML. You don't have like different languages or DSLs. There's not incompatibilities between different versions. There's not, you know, it just seems like this is a very common thing that has uncommon answers. Yeah, and look, I know they're going to fix this, right? This is a big deal. I know that they think of Kotlin as being the like default go-to sort of DSL now. They want people to be using Kotlin. I want people to be using Kotlin. I feel like I've done you all a bit of a disservice because I am not using Kotlin for this. But, you know, who knows? Maybe later in this course, we'll, in our little exploration here, what will we do? We can build a Kotlin version of an app in Spring Boot, right? That'll be easy enough. Final customer repository. Okay. This repository at save new customer. Null name is A true B false C E, etc. Okay. Set that of A B C D for each new customer. So I want to do repository that save new customer null C math.random greater than 0.5. There you go. Good. Okay. So now what? Let's see. I guess. Yeah, I love Lombok. I use it all the time. It's less and less useful now that we have records and some of the other niceties. But you know, like it does make my code a little bit less painful. I would encourage you, if you're a library developer, however, if you're building code for people to consume and to contribute to, don't use it, right? What am I doing? Graphical customers query. The reason it, like, for example, I think Spring Cloud. Oh, hey, it even, what the heck? Where's it getting that from? Deshaun. Did I already have an event listener somewhere? ABC. No, it's not that. Where is it? Oh, it's in here? No, it's not here. Oh, it is. It's this. I'm saving Deshaun manually. So it's ABC and Deshaun a couple times. Okay, so whatever. So this initializer, I suppose, could have just been in the application itself. And I get rid of the initializer over here. And then in the boot tree application, what I would do is I would delete everything. So repository, delete all. Okay, good. Goody. Okay. Port, right, manually. So now, will this run here? So we still haven't actually proven that Query DSL works, right? We just know that MongoDB isn't broken when everything on the class path that should be there is there. Now, what about the types? How do we get that to work? Okay, Query DSL and Spring Data JDBC. So how do we set up Query DSL with MongoDB? Okay, that's all we need to do. This is the full docs. It's cool that they're using GitHub Pages for this. I love GitHub Pages. Hi, Thomas. We're just oh wow, it's a nice website, but it's very in your face. The hero image there is it's very much a GitHub Pages page website. Oh, they haven't enabled HTTPS. That's kind of a for shame. So we are. What are we doing? For those of you who are just joining, we are integrating Query DSL and MongoDB and Gradle, and yeah, it's and all that so that we can get to a point where we can use Query DSL with GraphQL, which is the goal here, right? Because we looked at how Spring Data JDBC can be used with Spring HATEOAS and Spring Data REST to automatically create hypermedia REST APIs. There's a similar magic trick that you can get with Query DSL and GraphQL, right? And so you can actually create automatic views of data based on that, you know. Oh, let me see here. Turn on some heat. Oh. Okay. So what do I need? So what did I need to do? I have this code over here. Hopefully I'm already home free at this point. Hopefully I just need to like look at my existing types from last year. Record account. Oh, it's so much nicer. Records. Okay. That's reactive though. GraphQL repository. Right. Query entity and document. So I go here. So where's my type? Customer. I can delete that for the moment. We don't need it. Refactor. We don't need the SQL properties anymore. So we've moved it very thoroughly to a MongoDB-based application. GraphQL repository. And that repository, do I need that? No, I don't. I just need the GraphQL repository. Okay. And then let's see. We've got our entity. Can this become a record again? I think it can, and it should be, right? Let's just go back to record. We only changed it to class because of the way that we were doing domain events, but that was many different examples ago. So moving back. Okay. Oh, that's much better. So query entity and document. Do I need all those, I guess? And did I get rid of this? Document? No, it's still there. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's going to be fine. Query entity. So now if I rebuild on the command line, like, will it automatically generate the, this is the proof of the pudding, my friends. Will this automatically create Query DSL entities for me? I don't know. Anybody guess? Nope. Oh, because I've got it running exactly. Okay, so before we worry about getting it working in the IDE, always make something work on the command line. That's like when you already have magic tricks like APTs and all that kind of stuff. That's code cannot be imported from outside of the package. Okay, fair. That's just me not being a very good programmer and forgetting to make types compile. Okay. New profile. Okay, we're back to integers, right? So where's this here? Controller. CD. That. Okay. Build, rebuild project. This one is what? Oh, hey, cool. Look, it generated something. Neat. Okay, so it worked. It correctly. And the IDE is complaining that it doesn't compile, so it thinks it's part of the source set, which is pretty cool, right? But it is a good question. Why aren't these types in the class path? So we need to figure that out now. And that seems like it could be a very simple build issue, right? For sure, for sure. Runtime only, compile only. No, runtime only. Don't need that. Lombok, WebSocket, MongoDB, implementation. Let's see, this type. Sorry, rebuild actually. Query DSL. Okay, wait. I don't understand why it's prepare Kotlin build script model. Why does it think it's doing Kotlin? So on the command line, if I go to the command line here, does that work? Okay, so it does work. So this is a different issue than I thought. Like we have to just make IntelliJ not care about this. Actually, that's more my, because eventually we're going to want to be able to run. You were in the darkness about the existence of Query DSL. Oh yeah, it's a wonderful piece of technology. It's been around for years. Like it's been around. We've had it supported in Spring Data for probably a decade. I mean, most of a decade anyway. It's a long time. I mean, 2015 at least. It's got to be right. Like it's awesome. But I'm new. Well, there's two parts here. One is it requires annotation processors. Two is it requires a particular integration with, you're using Spring Data and a database and the Query DSL version that works with that database, and so it doesn't support everything. And then finally, you've got the integration with your build tool and your IDE, right? All that magic. So everything has to line up just right. And I don't know enough Gradle to feel confident as we wade through this. So you poor schlubs are watching me flounder here live, but could be worse. Could be boring, which would be worse. Okay, so I don't know. Where are we? Do we feel like we made progress? I feel like we did. I don't even know if it works though. How do I know if it works? Let's see. We've got some data. We can do a query. Okay, let's try that. So query repository to find all blah, blah, blah. So then we can go down here. We can say repository that find all. Oh, I have to extend this. I have to extend this one, reactive query DSL executor. Not the reactive one though, but you get the idea. So this, and then that, and then this. Query DSL predicate executor for customer. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah. I get so freaked out when I see an error, but then of course it's like, oh, okay. You do the basic thing here required to make it work. What did you expect? So queue customer. I need to reload the build. Oh, brother, you and me both. We all have a lot to learn. Don't worry. It's I joined the industry more than 20 years ago, and I still feel like I don't know anything. Every day, it's a constant reminder. IDEA annotation processor settings. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I was hoping this would be set up for me automatically by the build, right? Annotation processors. Oh, it's not even enabled. It should be just, see, used to with Maven it would just, but it would ask and then it would just enable it, right? Okay, so okay. Well, yeah, okay. So now what? Build, rebuild. Queue customer is still missing this type. Why is that the case? That's in the generated code. It doesn't see my customer type either. This makes me sad. Like, this is the kind of stuff I don't like this. I don't like feeling this stupid when using something, you know? I know there's probably a way to fix this, but search me. This is all Gradle stuff. Like, none of this happens in the Maven stuff. Queue customer. So what did we say? We actually contributed. We had source main generated, source main Java, and we want generated to be a. So what's the issue? Why is it? It's complaining. It's complaining because it doesn't see the types for our build. Okay. And here's the APT. Oh, whoops. I'll bet these are probably the same, but just in case. Good. Small stuff. Not sure if it helps or anything, but they do need to line up, right? They're the same dependency. So, Query DSL core annotation processor. It's this stuff down here. Like there's this this one, compile Java. Do I need to like put that down here so it happens later? What is this? Is this the config for the existing plugin? I'm trying to stick to the Java land closure configuration. That's the compiler arguments. Okay, so this is project directory, file. Yeah, and aggregation with Query DSL. What do you mean by that? Like, interesting. That's the craziest part. Okay, it seems to work. Like if I were to bring in that type manually, I just said this one. So we're going to do repository, that, customer name. Would the compiler, would it work on the command line? Nope. So is not applicable to, so string path cannot be converted to a predicate. Okay, wait, where's my, well, it starts with, okay, so let's do that. B. So everything except for B, right? And then yeah, I mean, it's when you're in uncharted territory, it's okay to be confused. What I don't love is non-static variable name cannot be referenced from a static context. I feel like it can. I mean, wasn't that the whole point? Is that you're supposed to have these type safe DSLs? So ID.name, there it is. Oh, it's not. It's not. You're right. It's not static. Why is it not static? Is it supposed to be like a property? See how nice that is? That just works. So you say morphic query, blah, 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 where user.firstname.equals. I feel like that should be straight up obvious. Okay, let's try this again. Let's make sure I'm the real. It's not a package. It's a type. So do we need to fix this? Is this? I mean, it doesn't seem like it's failing on the command line though. That's what's so confusing about this. I don't trust these compiler errors, and I don't want to chase. Add quick. It is to the. It is on the class path, isn't it? Okay. Well, that I don't know. Seems like it's equally broken. Now, did that change my build.gradle? So what am I supposed to use? Query.dsl customer. Doesn't even see the type. So Q customer, public class, extends base entity of customer. Why does this not see the other things? Package Q customer. What? Look! What insanity! That worked, right? Okay, A, B, C. So B, C, D. That's all working. There's A. Now I did a negation. I said, okay, find everything that is a Q customer, and I'm using the type safe queries, and I want to find everything where A is not the name. It doesn't start with A, basically, and that's all of them except for A. So A, B, C, D. I got B, C, D, right? It worked. Why does it work there? So it is just an IDE thing at this point. So how do we, okay, so somebody who's smart enough to remember how to make IntelliJ happy with this. Let's see. I guess we could just try doing the source settings, right? No, that's right. I want module settings. Okay, so generated is source. Generated, okay, is a source set. Feels like that's a little aggressive, but whatever. Boot 3. Okay. Plugins, IDE module, source tiers. Really? Okay. If this works. Jorge, you've been amazing. Thank you, man. Let's see. So plugins, IDE, idea. Oops. Okay. And then I go down here and I add idea, like module. I don't know what I'm doing here. Source tiers. Is it source sets? Yeah, let's just try that. File. Aren't I already doing that over here though? Maybe I can just copy and paste that logic. Here, I'm doing something. Compiler args. Like that, do you think? Wait. Oh, I've got 2 plugins. That's right. Okay, so up here. Okay. There's an extension registered with name source. Right. Okay. So should not reassign. What modules? Okay. IntelliJ, IDEA, plugin, Gradle. This is so painful. Plugin IDEA. Okay, great. Why do I have to do this? Source deers. Are you sure it's source deers? Okay, let's just do that then. It doesn't even like come up. It just says it doesn't exist. It's not. It's source. Okay. Let's try that. Where's generated? Where is it in file generated? Are you talking about build generated? Source sets source main Java source to your source. Like okay, that's so file project. Is this the right? Does this look basically same to you? Like it's a project dir source main generated, right? That's what we want, I assume. Source main generated. Source sets main Java. And I've already got the main one, don't I? That's, oh, is that different? I have to do that up here. Main Java source dir source. At? What in Sam Hill? Nothing is better. This is fun. File gen. Okay, so is it just source dir, source main? Like, what does this buy me exactly? What does this thing right here buy me? Source sets. Like source dir, source main generated. Okay, so Ramil, let's see, buddy. Source main generated. Where do I put source dir? Here? Okay. Let's just, I should define this as a property, but for now, let's just copy and paste. Oh, didn't quite do the trick. Source main Java generated. It's no longer defining source main generated as source code at all. Okay. I feel like we took a step backwards. So do I need to specify the existing? Right. Yeah, I don't, the Java plugin, I mean, you say the Java plugin is working correctly, and I would say yes, because it's compiling correctly. But, so I don't need to do that, right? Okay, good. That's what I thought. So the next magic trick we're trying to do is to get IntelliJ to realize what's just happened, which again, normally with Maven, you configure the source sets and it just picks it up automatically. So I'm lost here, right? How to get IntelliJ to see new source sets in Gradle, please. Oh, the legendary Trisha. She just joined Gradle. Maybe she could help me. Gradle has a content of source sets for your code and test list. Some Gradle plugins come with default sources. Okay, try adding a new plugin which has its own source sets, e.g. Groovy. Okay. Hi, buddy. What is the settings on compiled properties? What do you mean by that? I'm happy to try. So, you know what? Another thing, I hate to be that guy, but when in doubt, reset. Right. So let's go here to our desktop. Let's code Spring Boot, RMRF idea, RMRF build. I wonder if maybe it will understand, and that's just me. I'm the slow, squeaky wheel here. Build.gradle. And then select IntelliJ Gradle. Okay. I don't know what that means, buddy. Still broken there. But this is still broken. Why would... It's bad. It's just really bad. Shouldn't be this hard. If I have the idea plugin, it should just, I don't know. It should certainly honor my source set. It should just see what I've done. Configurations. What is all this? Oh, that's all this stuff up here. We already did this though, right? Oh, I've already got this out there. Okay, wait. So Query DSL output source sets. I've got this variable. I can use that first of all. So source tier. We already selected the. Good. Well, what about this stuff then? So that was redundant, but this is project tier source main generated. Okay. So idea module source sets plus tiers Query DSL, and then this could also just be Query DSL output for what it's worth. Actually, this is supposed to be. Just leave it the way it was because I'm not even sure if this is a file. Yeah, it is a file. Yeah, okay. Reload this project. Okay. And then if it's a file, Query DSL absolute path. Yeah, sure. Good. Compiler args. Yeah, it's a real thing. Okay, good. Why is there so many different definitions of this goofy directory? For defining it, we might as well just use it. Okay, so task name test. Is it tasks.named idea? And I just need to like configure that here, thusly. I don't know if that makes a difference, but whatever. Okay. How do we get like I guess we could just try and figure out like what is the actual. Well, first of all, why doesn't this see the types? It recognizes this code as being part of the source sets, but it doesn't recognize that this is using types that we have. It doesn't see types in other source sets, and it doesn't see the class path. So why is IntelliJ confused about that? I don't think that bought us anything. So since we don't know if it works, let's just remove it. Gradle build. Yeah, everything is happy there, right? So boot run, nothing is broken for our use of that plugin, and it even works still here. Okay, so IntelliJ is the limiting factor here. Compile class path, runtime class path. It's so weird. It even sees this as a source root. Why does it have trouble making this like? Let's just go look at the module settings again. There's got to be something. I don't even know where to start to debug this because it's like two of the things I care the least about. My IDE. I mean, I like my IDE, but I don't like having to think about it, right? Okay, it's got source generated. Wait, what? Source generated? Source main generated. Where did you get source generated? Oh. Why does it have? What if I did? Why does it think it has to be source generated? It's. So what if I put that there? Got rid of this. Got rid of that. Okay. Source generated. Okay. Now what about our code? Like it see, oh no, spoke too soon. But interesting. Source generated, let's code. What does IntelliJ think is going on here? There you go. So it thinks to look for code in source generated. Good. Wait, what? What in the heck? Look. Oh, okay. Do you see that? So it's maybe in Gradle in source sets, you should change generated to main. Okay, let's do that. In the meantime, since I don't know what that bought me, I'll put it back to that. And get rid of this. That. And then you're saying go in the Gradle source sets generated, you should change generated to main. Okay. This. Okay, sure. Source main generated queue customer. What if I got rid of that again? Okay. It's clearly working for the command line, right? That is happy. Wait, what? No. Whatever you just did works, sort of. Like, it works on the command line, and it looks like it works. At least my IDE isn't complaining. The true test will be if I run it from here. Yeah, attempt to recreate a file for. Let's code queue customer. Okay, so what if I just get rid of that and recreate this? What is this? Compile Java. Oh, such a weird error. I mean, of course there's an attempt. Who did the attempt, though? I'd like to think we did it, right? I don't know why. Don't know why, but my nose is stuffy. That happened. I wasn't stuffy like 30 minutes ago. Well, I don't know. I think we can commit this. It's certainly a far sight better than we've gotten before, but it's not quite there. So git status, git commit, YOLO, git push. Let's think about this, okay? So we have, like, where's my sanitizer? We've got, I wonder if I mean, this is one of those things where it's like, oh, some help. Build generated, okay. Sources, main Java source tiers, build generated sources and data posts. Okay, let's see. So we've got idea, we've got Java. Okay. Let's say we've got some help here. Okay, so wait, before we do this, should I add? I don't think I should check in the source main generated stuff. Okay. Gradle clean. But first move this back to source main generated. Okay. Wait, no, hold on. You're two different people, actually. Let me make sure I listen to Badia here first. So, plugins, ID Java, and then ID idea, done, okay? Source sets. Source sets, we've got source sets, okay. Main Java, source tiers, okay, equal. So we don't want to do that. We want to do plus equals build generated sources annotation processor Java main, and then go back to, so just general settings, I guess. Then we go to annotation processors. Okay, why is that not enabled by default? Thank you. Okay, now settings, build and build. Build. Is it the module settings? What's that? Build. Build? No build. Module settings. We're just talking about settings then, right? So build. Build and run, I guess. Build and run. Not here. So it's got to be module settings, right? Here or there. But yeah, which settings, annotation processors enabled? I did that one. And then, okay, build execution. So where is build? Like build menu? Build tools. Okay. I don't know. I have no idea what that is. Let's see. Build tools. Build tools. Build execution. Build tools. Okay. And then we're looking for in settings. Okay, I'm in there. Gradle. Build and run using IntelliJ. Run tests in. Well, so what is out? That's IntelliJ. Where that. And at. And reload this. And then let's make sure the basics still work. Assemble. Boot run. So everything is still good there. Clean. Okay, armref build. Nope. Okay, we're good. And then restart that. Oh, that was painful. Okay, so let's see here. Close. Wait, so git status, git commit. It works. Git push. Now, let's try this again. So I'm going to delete rmrf build, rmrf. No. Don't delete everything. Okay, anything specific there? So now, start from fresh, right? Idea, build that Gradle. Title case. Works related to Gradle and Query DSL. We'll come back to that in a second once we've proven this works. So all I've done is I've restarted the build. Let's see where we get with just starting it from build.gradle. So can I run it? Yes, somehow. Why is that true? And what is all this other stuff? So it's still upset about that. So what did we say? We said we have to go to build execution. So settings, build execution. Oh, build execution. Okay. Build tools. Gradle. Using IntelliJ. And for some reason, it's weird because it actually, so we need to like go here, rmrf build, rmrf dot, yeah. Okay. And then open this up as a, well, whatever, Gradle, just build, please. Do we have to enable annotation processors again? Annotation. Okay. Ah, what the hell? God. Okay. Oh, buddy, you're making a mistake. Before I implement business logic, just push this template to a private repository, which can be used to fast track future projects. You mean slow track, like dramatically slow them down, like to the point where they're not even moving. They're moving backwards because they're wasting time, right? Yeah, it would be. This would if I gave this to someone and said, here, use this in your project, they would hate me for this. They would think that I wasted their time. They would find that waste of their time contemptuous, and they would think me somebody who has contempt in their heart for making them use Gradle and the APT plugin and IntelliJ all together at the same time. There's got to be a way. I just don't know what it is. Oh God, I got to tell you, this is borderline unacceptable. I'm not even sure. We can make the example work. We just have to ignore IntelliJ. Let me try and do those things Badia was mentioning. Badia had it working with me like a second. I just don't know how to reproduce all the stuff there. So let's see. Settings, annotation processors. Okay. Is this good? Looks like it's good. It's fine. Good. So moving on. So let's say settings in IntelliJ. Yeah. Settings, annotation processors. Enable. Okay. Go to okay, now what? Next step. Settings, build and run using IntelliJ. So build tools, I assume? No, whatever. Build and run. So build, execution, deployment, build tools, Sublime, build, execution, deployment, build tools, and then Gradle, and then we say build and go to select build and run using IntelliJ IDEA and run tests using IntelliJ IDEA. So do it. Yeah, it's running. Okay, so there we go. So now what? Delete this. Okay, happy. Get rid of that. build directory I need to RMRF. Yeah, this is on link. I'll give me 1 second, my friend. Git status. Okay, git push. So now the code is github.com, Coffee Software Show, repositories. That's code Spring Boot. Okay, you know what? I need like 1 minute, my friends. I need to turn on the heater and use the restroom for just a second. So I'll be back. I'll be back very quickly. And I want to finish this because I think we can write the code with Spring Data and just kind of ignore the compiler errors because it works on the command line, right? IntelliJ is the problem, not the code itself at this point, which is a good place to be in, right? Gradle is working. It's just Gradle and IntelliJ that are broken at the moment. So all of my pain with Gradle is not actually pure play Gradle. It's IntelliJ not speaking Gradle, or maybe it's the plugins in Gradle not building their object model in such a way that IntelliJ knows what to do with it, like it does with Maven, because there's only one way to do it in Maven, and either it works or it doesn't. So I still want to show you GraphQL with Spring Data repositories and Query DSL. I think we're already there, so I'm gonna go use the restroom and turn on the heater. I'll be back in just a very, very short second, or minute. Let's see here. Back to work. Where do we leave off? I had this working. That's the worst part. I shouldn't have deleted everything. I should have just left it the way my day had me get it a minute ago. Gradle clean assemble. Let's try that. Gradle clean assemble. And then run this. JDK isn't special. What are you talking about? What do you mean it's not specified? Golly. Let's see. JDK isn't. I mean, it's very clearly. Mhm. Wait. Nope. It has somehow gotten worse. I don't know how. Before, it wasn't complaining that it couldn't find the update. Why would I? It wasn't complaining that it couldn't run. It couldn't find the IDE. So now, like, I can't even. Oh, brother. Let me see. Without changing, I pulled it and it works without changing settings and ID. How'd you do it, Ramil? Did you send a pull request or something? So if I just, which version of ID are you using? Like if I just do, let's try it actually. I've got this code here. Get status. Okay. RMRF, let's code. With 3. Good riddance. You pulled the code, you cloned it. Hit clone. Okay, I'm gonna clone it. I'm gonna shut down IntelliJ so that it has the simplest possible recycle. Syncing Gradle? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought that's what happens when you do this. Doesn't it build the object model based on your Gradle build there? Starting Gradle daemon, great. Good, let's just run the program now. Source, main, resources. Okay, it doesn't see the queue customer, so that's a problem. But let's try running it. Somehow that works. So why doesn't it see queue customer? Why can't I navigate that? And so I can run it, and it runs. You're right, it does run. It just doesn't compile in the IDE. So is that the annotation processors? Annotation. Which version am I using? I'm using about IntelliJ IDEA 2022.3.2 Ultimate Edition. Good. We're on the same page, same version. So I think I just need to do annotation processors, right? Processor. Enable that. Hit OK. Rerun. Doesn't seem to make a difference. Okay. Well, the fix is where? Isn't that what I'm doing? Source. Okay, so if I go to my build.gradle. Source sets main Java. Source tiers is okay. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolute path. Yeah, that makes more sense. Whoops. Okay. What just happened? Okay. Wait. Don't trust anything yet. Now I got that nonsense. But now it's broken on the console. Okay. Now what? So it works there. Generated. Got this type. What about there? It seems happy. Oh, okay. Now, the real proof. Can I run it from here? No, can't do that yet. Suppose that might be the best I can ask for. Let me close this out. Get status. Git commit. So RMRF source generated. And RMRF idea, RMRF the IMLs, no, good. RMRF build. Okay, so now Gradle. Boot run. Okay, that's happy. Clean. Okay. Boot run. So now Gradle W IntelliJ or idea. I want idea. Build that Gradle. Let's try that. Okay. Nope, that doesn't work. But does it compile? It looks like it's compiling, which maybe that's all I can. Maybe that's all I get for now. You know, that's fine. Let's move on. If somebody has a way to make it work, great. If not, we'll just very quickly delete GraphQL, or I'll just say like let's just use Maven for that. You know, it's fine. There are some use cases where Maven just works better. That's okay. Everything has pros and cons. Okay, so what do we do, friends? We've got our repository, we've got our entity, we've got that. Do I need to do anything special in the query? I think I might. Schema. So here you've got GraphQL enabled equals true. GraphQL path equals that. Schema.GraphQLs. Aha. This is so interesting. Okay. So query customers by name starting with. Okay, so you can create custom endpoints. So you can create custom queries here on your schema. So we go here, got GraphQLs, customers by name, and then I want to do customers by name starting with name string, and I return a collection of customer. That's a GraphQL. Wait, annotation process in build and run. I have Gradle annotation processing disabled, not enabled. Where? Wait. Yeah, that's right. Annotation processing. It's disabled. So, is that correct? Let's see here. Annotation processing disabled. Well, it looks correct. Okay, good. So cancel. So yeah, it's still sad. It's making me sad. Wait, what? What? Did you see that? So I deleted that. Is that what you meant? It worked the first time, fails the second time? So I deleted it, and then I ran it. Now if I run it again, is it going to fail? Yeah, it fails. So you're right. If I delete this, that's disgusting. Seriously. God. Oh. Okay. Yeah, this is disgusting. Hi, Mythic. Thanks for joining us. You've just walked into a build a great old IntelliJ annotation processor, a Palooza, of epically terrible proportions. I mean, the fact that it has ran basically 2 hours. We've been, it's not, now, don't get me wrong, like expense reports, the worst by far. This, whatever, at least I'm learning something. I'm learning what not to use for my build tool next time. That's knowledge worth gaining. Customers by name. Let's get back to this. So we've got a way to run this just one time. And the whole, by the way, the conceit, for those of you just joining, the conceit of today's adventure is to have Spring Data repositories furnish data for our custom GraphQL endpoints. So rather than having to do the incredibly hard work of going to this repository and then creating a endpoint here, like this, find by name starting with string name, and then having to create a GraphQL endpoint of the same name that then forwards to that method. It just calls repository.find by name starting with, rather than having to do all that ourselves with this insane, fragile, don't breathe or it'll fall over setup. I can go here, create the schema there, run it, but make sure you delete this. Do not run it without deleting that. And then run it again. And localhost graphical. So now name is equal to A, and internal error. That's what you get. So clearly a parameter subscribed must not be null. But is it null? Where is it null? Why is it null? Who created it with null? Oh, wait, am I doing something? What parameter exactly is it asking about? Name, just name. That's all I got. Okay. Well, that's tedious. What have I done wrong here? Customers by name, starting with this. Is there anything I did here in this source code that actually worked from last year? Data. Okay. I wonder if any of this is required. Like this is a little ugly, but at least it worked. And I could just find it on the internet, just copied and pasted and like, oh yeah, it worked. Congrats. Mongo annotation processor. Like, okay. So customers by name starting with. Oh, is there no subscribed field here? Subscribed. Boolean. Does my type have? Yeah, it does. Okay, let's try that again. Neat. Is it bool or capital B? Refresh. Okay. So if I go here, nope, still not happy. So it's null. So do I have something in the database like that is null? That's what I'm confused about. Is why does it think it's null in the first place? That's so new customer ID. Have to be a Boolean. I'm deleting everything. Right. Oh yeah, I'm on fire. Exactly. There's something on fire, man. I hope everybody's okay. Wait, you know what? Before I leap to conclusions here, let's rebuild because I think I did add that field later on. I'm not passing a value for subscribed because why would I need to, right? Like I'm only looking for one field. So let's see if the queue customer reflects that new field though. So package or whatever, build. Okay, generated queue customer. It's a Boolean path. Okay. Yeah. Let's just run the command line. Run. Oh my goodness. It's like it can't even it won't even get out of its own way. It's not like intelligent at this point. It's just the command line. Okay, I'll do a clean for you and you can do it yourself afterwards. Nope, didn't work either. Yeah. Well, it's cursed, I tell you. cursed. This is it's a bit of a bummer. So if I go here and just delete this, does that make everything happy? That's so beautiful. Okay, I've only got 3 records, and there they are. I'm literally searching for all of them. Well, there's 4, but they're all not null. Okay, so now, why? Okay, so like I just want. Also, why is this like confused? What the? You have to specify subscribed as a return value? Oh, that's weird. I don't get it, but it's weird. But okay, it does work. It's just very weird. So maybe if I made this capital B, like a nullable Boolean, it would have been okay. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, it's not the worst problem we've ever had. So there. So if I want like names starting with B, then I get B, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So all that to get that. So what we've done, friends, despite my best efforts to sabotage it, clearly I've not done a good enough job. But so I can get rid of that, right? I can say, well, actually, I need that for, I think something's using that method, right? Find usages. Yeah, I've got a custom endpoint here. But actually, we can go back to that. So this, where is this? This is a controller, GraphQL controller. I've got a customers by name, right? And it's using find by name. So actually, if you think about it, I don't need that anymore. I don't need find by ID because that gets provided by the repository as well. So let's just read. We just have to define those custom queries here. We can say, okay, I want customers by. I've already got a ID and I've got it by name. Okay, so let's see if that just works automatically now that I've deleted the corresponding implementation behind the scenes. Okay. Oh, whoops. Of course not. Restart, please. RMRF source main source generated and Gradle clean boot run. Okay, so now I've got this one. Does that still work? Good. What about customers by ID? ID equals that. And I want ID name subscribed. Okay, so I get that. Customer by ID works just fine. What about customers by name? Name is B, ID, subscribed, name. Okay, so you get those queries for free. That's the whole point. If you use Query DSL with Spring for GraphQL, and you can get past the does my code compile correctly part of the setup, then this is really cool. It short circuits a lot of the round tripping. You can just define these GraphQL queries, and they automatically get resolved via Spring Data and Query DSL, which is, I don't know, I think that's super cool. That's a really nice thing, and it works in reactive as well. I would argue it works a lot better in Maven. So here's, let me go ahead and commit this because I'm just pleased that something works. Git status, git commit. Do I want to add the source generated? Maybe I do. Git add source generated. Oh, no, don't do that. Git commit -a. Git push. Okay. So that works. I'm not proud, but it does work. It does the thing I was trying to describe, which is you by using Spring Data, you can automatically resolve these GraphQL queries. Now, let's just get rid of it. Before I get rid of it, though, let's go back and talk about the example I had here. Desktop. Let's cd Spring GraphQL Redux, cd live IDEA 8 data on XML. Okay, let's see where this is. And before we started the stream today, I upgraded this to 3.03, and so it's using the new stuff. But basically, it shouldn't matter. So here's an application. I've got some reactive code, writing data to the pipeline, creating a repository, creating an entity, customer, controller, all that kind of stuff, right? So let's just run this. Oh, did I stop this one? Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so here's this one. This is the data one, right, that I created. And here you can see it's creating a target, generated sources, queries, queue customers, all that stuff just works. Just works. And you go here to Spring.GraphQL, and if I go to refresh this, obviously these are no longer here. It's a different app, but customers by ID. There's no subscribed field here. So there's nothing there, but if I say, what about Madura? Voila. Okay. So that's a much simpler approach so far. Maybe there's a way to do it with Gradle. Maybe one of you heroes will figure it out, but I'm going to abandon Query DSL because I want Gradle more than I want Query DSL. I just wanted to show you that it's really kind of convenient. If you're using Spring Data, then you can use it to drive your HTTP endpoints for hypermedia and Spring HATEOAS, and you can use it to drive your GraphQL queries with the Query DSL integration. Oh, too much pain. Friends, this is good. We got somewhere. Not far, but we got somewhere today. But I need lunch. It's that time again. I need food. I woke up and did my morning ritual, but I forgot breakfast again. And, you know, I've also got expense reports to get done, and I'm working on a video. So it's going to be one of those days where even though we're going to leave now together and go off into our own separate ways for a little bit, there's still going to be a lot of work to do. Oh, so much work to do. I want the day to be over. I hope you all have a great day. I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow. You know me. We'll probably pick this up tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you got something out of it. I certainly did. I know what I don't like to do. I figured out two things. This week I've got two things I didn't enjoy. One is expense reports, and two is this nonsense, whatever it is that we just did here today together. What a travesty. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Talk to y'all later.